Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic.
Yeah. It's the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms. It's the Classic Codes. You know I gotta come to the ring, man.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. Looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. And the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make-a-wishing me. I got these hoes in the fence. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Yeah. It's Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got another great live show for y'all today. Y'all seen the intro. We actually starting off with the sports segment to get things going. But before we do, I need you to go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications up. And if nothing else, be active in the chat and be active in the comment section so we can have a conversation, whether you agree or disagree, because we got to crack these codes, man, by any means necessary.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Yes, Lord. So we're not going to waste no time. I'm actually on a time restriction today. I got some things I got to do, but we have a lot that we have to get to at the same time. So we got 2 different pieces of sports coverage today, and then we'll cut the live off on the Classic Code Sports. So if you are here from Classic Code Sports, just know it will be a segmented portion of this live. The rest of the live stream will continue on the Classic Codes on YouTube and Twitch. So whichever way you prefer to get it, you know what I mean? But yeah, so we starting off with 2 sports segments, and then we got our regular 4 segments. We got a reaction video, we got a TikTok reaction, we have a code language conversation, and we have a question of the day. So we don't have any time to waste. Let's get right to it. So we starting off in sports. Gervonta Davis's charges have been dropped. Who does he fight now? So all legal action on Gervonta Tank Davis has been dropped. He is free and clear to resume with, the sport of boxing, with his career, with whatever his next move is. He is free and clear to move into that path. So we're discussing what are his potential routes that he could take. Well, here's the thing. If I know anything about Tank Davis, I do know that he gonna fight somebody that we don't want to see him fight most, right? So whoever like the top 2 or 3 people you want to see Tank fight is not them, right? So let's get to like 4 or 5. I think 4 or 5 would be like the Roach rematch. I think that the Roach rematch is something that I don't know if Tank wants to even bother with. And it's also maybe one of those fights that he maybe didn't necessarily want, you know what I mean, in the first place, but it probably made business sense. Sometimes it make business sense and it don't make athletic sense, right? Like as the athlete, as the actual performer, this fight ain't getting you real turned up. You know what I mean? I think if you pay attention to Gervonta Tank Davis's energy, his body language, his enthusiasm, the way his charisma turns on and off, things like that, you can tell he was a lot lighter. Spiritually, he was a lot lighter and a lot more enthused about the sport of boxing in the build up to the Frank Martin fight. He was trolling. He was humorous. He was relaxed. He even fought like he was enthused, like he was happy to be back in the sport of boxing, like he was happy to be around the sport again. When Tank fought Frank Martin from round 1, he was on top of his game plan. He was on top of his game plan from round 1, and it worked. like a charm. You understand? It was poetry in motion. From round one, he was on his game plan. He broke the man down systematically, and then he was able to get a stoppage victory. So, as far as his future, I don't know. Like, I'd be shocked based on the way Tank Davis's team and him, sign off on fights and pick opponents is normally something that's marketable, but it isn't the fight that we're looking for. So do I think Tank, now that he's free and clear legally, do I think he's going to go and sign that Shakur fight? No. It would be an outlier. It would be outside of what we would consider the norm to be for Tank Davis. Let's just talk about it. Did we ask for the Santa Cruz fight? No. We didn't ask for the Santa Cruz fight. Did we ask for the Gamboa fight at that point in Gamboa's career? Did we ask for the Gamboa fight? No. Did we ask for the Hector Garcia fight? Did we ask for Hector Garcia? No. Tank don't fight the people we want him to fight. So now that his charges are dropped, when you say what fight do I think is next, something off-brand for sure. I think that, you can probably definitely bet your ass that it's not going to be, somebody in the top three. Who are your top three people you want to see Tank fight, chat? Who are your top three people you want to see him fight? What, Shakur? Aside from Shakur, what? Maybe Teofimo? Who else? Aside from Teofimo, Devin Haney's pretty much out of range, weight-wise, because now all of a sudden, even though Tank went up to 140 and was able to stop my boy that just fought Pacquiao. Well, I can't think of bro name right now. I actually like him too as a fighter. LS Teca, Mario Barrios. Yeah, Mario Barrios. So he went up to 140, fought Mario Barrios, stopped him, and then said he don't want to fight at 140 no more. I don't think Devin makes 140 anyway for a Tank fight. He probably would have to do something like 143, 144, something like that. But, skills pay the bills, right? So the Devin Haney fight still in my top three for Tank. You know what I mean? But the Roach rematch ain't in the top three fights I would want to see from Tank. So like I said, if you're thinking about who Tank is going to fight next, realistically, start at 4 on your list of fights you want to see him take. Start at 4 and work your way down all the way to fucking 15. Shit, I'd rather see him fight Gary Russell Jr. than see the rematch against Roach. And this ain't no diss to Lamont Roach. I want Lamont Roach and Shakur to line it up. Shakur trying to fight Teofimo. Teofimo is a historical duck. He's a historical duck, right? So Shakur trying to reel Teofimo in for a fight might be as difficult as getting Tank to sign the paperwork to fight you, Shakur. So I think Shakur should go ahead and fight Roach. Roach is a willing opponent. His cachet is up because of how he performed against Tank. I think both of you guys get a lucrative payday, and we see a competitive fight. Lamont Roach likes to get close. He doesn't have the longest arms in the world. He likes to get close. He's going to fight. He likes to bang in there. No puffy. You know what I'm saying? So I like to see Lamont and Shakur line it up because we know Tank ain't going to do it. Tank don't listen. He not interested. He want to fight people he could look good against. He want to fight people he know he could score a knockout against and he could look good against. Give me somebody who look good, but it's too early. He's still a little young. Don't have the IQ. I can get in there, break him down, and look good. That was Frank Martin. It looked good, man. Frank swole, he buff. Did you see Frank could fight? Frank decent. Frank, man, listen. Frank never had a chance, chat. Frank never had a chance, chat. Find me somewhere telling y'all Frank Martin had a chance, chat. He had a chance to represent himself well, and a lot of people thought he did. I didn't. I thought Frank could have fought harder. I really do. I think he gave Tank way too much respect prior to getting into the ring. And I think it was to his detriment. I think he could have fought a more aggressive style. I do. And I think he could have managed his gas tank better if he wasn't so nervous. It is what it is. He bought the bullshit. He should have went in there with no respect for that man and fought him the same way he fought, what's my boy name that he beat up real good that was supposed to be a big step-up fight for him at the time? Hold on, let me pull up Frank Martin resume. Let me pull up Frank Martin resume right fast. He fought what's my dog name? Michelle Rivera. When he fought Michelle Rivera, that was supposed to be a big step up fight for Frank, and he showed out. Put a real whipping on that boy. He should have came out with the same lack of respect for Tank that he came out with against Michelle Rivera. He should have came out there with the intentions to really punch on Tank. Tank a man. He's a human. He concerned about your power. He got to be. It's in his best interest to be. But shit, you gave him a reason to stop respecting you, and that's when he got you up out of there. So, I mean, what's next for Tank? Who knows? But we know it's going to be off-brand. That's my final prediction for that. We know that Tank going to fight some generic. He going to put something generic together.
Classic.
All right, now we got to move into another sports take real quick. Now, while we still with Classic Code Sports, we got to move into this conversation, chat. There's no way we can't have this conversation, chat. We got to have it. Michael Porter Jr. is out here tweaking in a real way. In a real way. If you a current NBA player, young in your career, it's early. Sports betting is at an all-time high because they done put it on the phone, right? You ain't got to drive to the casino somewhere and put you a bet in no more. They got it to where you could bet on somebody missing their first layup. You could bet on the first shot of the game being a 2 or a 3. These are bets you can't even make at a casino. So sports betting at an all-time high. As a current athlete, an NBA champion, and somebody who got a lot of years left in the NBA, why would you go on a podcast and say this? Listen to this chat.
Legalized state by state more and more. Yeah, guys,
There's a lot of shit coming out on players and shit.
Yeah,
MLB
we don't need to go there, but I'm saying as far as like, I'm assuming that like just what he's talking about.
What he was talking about. He's talking about Mikey fucking doing a deal with Puma for social media, making money.
No, but he then went into like a little bit more
the authenticity of the game, and we're talking about that, like the integrity of the game.
Yeah,
and
already, chat. Already, when he said the authenticity of the game, the integrity of the game, he should have stopped right there. As an active, let somebody retired say it. Let somebody retired say it. You don't say it, bro. If y'all want to know, step number 1 to messing up your own bag. Here you go.
Yeah, the sports gambling stuff can affect that a lot.
100%.
Think about it.
There you go.
You get mad at these dudes that do the sports betting, but think about if you could get all your homies rich by telling them, yo,
no shit,
bet $10,000 on my under. You know, this one game I'm gonna act like I got an injury, and I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna come out after 3 minutes, and they all get a little bag because you did it one game.
Dummy.
Like that is so.
And he go crash out.
Game just talking just to go viral. You know what I'm saying? And then people are willing to pay them if they have a good social media presence. It takes away a little bit of like yeah.
I'm assuming that like just what he's talking about.
What he was talking about. He's talking about Mikey fucking doing a deal with Puma for social media, making money.
No, but he then went into like.
I'm replaying the chat. We got to hear this again. Why would you self-sabotage in this way? Listen to this. He's an active player.
A little bit more.
The authenticity of the game, and we're talking about that, like the integrity of the game.
Yeah,
and yeah, the sports gambling stuff can affect that a lot.
100%.
Think about it.
There you go.
You get mad at these dudes that do the sports betting, but think about if you could get all your homies rich by telling them, yo,
no shit,
bet $10,000 on my under. You know, this one game I'm gonna act like I got an injury, and I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna come out after 3 minutes, and they all get a little bag because you did it one game. Like that is so not okay. But some people probably think like that. They come from
bro. Listen, if he wasn't under investigation before this, he's under investigation now, chat. Is he stupid or is he dumb?
Classic.
Michael Porter Jr. has been in the NBA for 6 seasons, chat. He's not riddled with injuries. He doesn't play a high impact style of basketball, not a lot of bumping and bruising involved in his game. He probably got another 6 to 10 years that he can stay in the NBA because he already got a niche. He a role player. He's not a star. They don't play through him on offense. You see what I'm saying? He like a third option on his team. So, but he can do what he does in the league for a lot of teams for a long time. If he would just shut up.
Classic.
why would you, as an active player, why would you sit here and say, you know, it's crazy to think like, you know, you can get a bunch of your homeboys rich by just telling them, yo, take the under on me. I'm gonna fake like I got a little injury and sit out after 3 minutes. Like, it's not okay. But, you know, some people probably think like that. You think like that. You just came up with a whole hypothetical that could be very realistic.
Classic.
If you don't think they got investigators watching every rebound and every shot that this fool, every turnover, every game that he sat out early, if you don't think they got him under investigation after saying this shit, y'all crazy as hell. This is a multi-billion-dollar business. You don't think they put the sports betting is even more. I was talking about the NBA. The sports betting is probably $1 trillion. I don't know, probably $1 trillion. You can't talk like that and you still hooping, bro.
Classic.
This guy is slow, man. He's a full-fledged crash.
Natural born crash dummy.
What? Come on. I can't even listen. Let's see how far he take it.
From nothing, and
100%.
all their homies have nothing.
100%.
And they're like, bro, if I come out of this game after 3 minutes and y'all all hit on my under, we're all getting a little bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I obviously my brother went through his situation.
Oh God. Now he gonna bring his listen. Okay, his brother got hook, booked, and crook for the sports betting shit, got kicked out the league. It happened already. I bet. You gonna go on the podcast, bring it back up, gang? That's your real blood brother. Same mama, same daddy. You gonna go on the podcast and bring it back up, gang? You know, obviously my brother had his, man, your brother, didn't nobody even say nothing about your brother. Nobody brought up your brother. Nobody brought up this man brother, and he brought up his own brother to talk about how he got caught sports betting. Listen, look at him. Look at him. Now, this is where street smarts come into play. This is where being a Pookie might benefit you. Know when to shut up. What are you doing, Michael? That's how you know one. I hate to say it, chat. That's how we know one of his parents is Caucasian. We know one of your parents white. Ain't no way with two black parents you gonna be talking like this. This fool singing like a canary, chat. What is he doing? Yeah, my brother had his situation.
Classic.
What? I know his brother. Boy.
You know, Malik Beasley's going through a situation right now. Terry Rozier.
Oh, so he just go. Hey, put him in the interrogation room. You ain't even got to bring him a sandwich. He said he's ready to talk. He just name it.
Classic.
Hey, Michael Porter Jr. is a crash dummy for sure. For sure. Check this out.
There was in some hot water, but the whole sports gambling like entity, bro, it's bad, and it's only gonna get worse, bro. Like we really do get death threats. Like if you and the thing is you can't.
Somebody doesn't hit a parlay.
Crazy part is you can't win anymore because if I do too good, I'm messing up the people that bet on the under. And if they bet on my over, like, you know what I'm saying? So you're messing up some people's money. If they bet on your under or over, you're messing up some people's.
And you know what's crazy? You think about this, is only in probably like 13 states right now.
Well, no, I've never. Have you ever you've obviously gotten DM before, like, oh, you fucked my parlay,
bro. What do you remember? Who was the dude in the football playoffs? That missed the catch in the end zone.
Yeah,
what was his name? He played on the.
Was it this past year?
Boy, he looking for somebody's name, man. He loves saying names. He gonna try to think who was the dude. What's his name? I'm trying to say his name. Don't say his. Leave him alone,
Classic.
bro. Damn, Michael. Is his jersey number 12? What jersey? What number does he wear? He needs to wear number 12. He's the police. Michael Porter Jr. is the police, chat.
Past year, and he missed the catch. You know what I'm talking about?
He's trying to figure it out.
He had that catch right in the end zone. He's like one of the best.
Andrews.
If his social media, think about how much money. That's real death threats. They were like, bro, don't come back.
Yeah, I actually had action on him that game. I swear to God.
No, that was terrible. By the way, too, Lamar drove them back in that game like crazy. Chiefs shouldn't even have been there. You remember that game? It was like,
I remember
that was they.
So the man called unaliving threats. He got threats on his life about this missed catch, and it's over. It's past, and he's still alive, and everybody's calmed down. But all the people who lost all that money that sent him those threats, you're going to come on this podcast and bring it back up. You're going to come on here and bring it back up. We call that dry snitching. We ain't going to stay on this too long, chat. But Michael Porter Jr. been out here tweaking in the podcast space. Then I heard he went live. I seen him on a live stream talking about his brother again, talking about his brother's gambling addiction and this, that, and that. Like, yo, your brother might still could go hoop overseas. He might still could go, like, leave it, keep his name out your mouth. What is you doing? That's your brother, right? Act
Classic.
Like it. Michael, act like it, bro. That's your brother, right? Why are you talking about him, gang? It's not good. It's not, you're not saying nothing about, yeah, my brother, he's worked on his addiction and he hasn't gambled, since everything happened. You're not saying nothing like that. That's not what you're saying, Michael.
Classic.
See, man, hey, listen. If that's love and loyalty, Chad, I don't want it. We're moving on from the sports section. You know what I'm saying? We're moving on from the Michael Porter Jr. sports bet talk. That boy was tweaking. Now we finna head into the regular schedule program and chat. You know what it is, the classic code.
There you go. Talk to him. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Yes, Lord. It's time to get in the regular schedule program. And we got a reaction video today. We actually sliding over to the It's Given podcast with Sarah Fontenot and Nick Cannon. They sat down and had a conversation. And they got to a part of the conversation that I felt like I should react to with you guys. This actually lines up with the title from the live stream today. None of this means anything is what they were discussing. Let's go. Let me get back to that part. Let's see what we're doing.
My pontificating.
No, I love that.
You know what I mean? Because I know I don't have the answers.
Well,
I don't really. I'm like, honestly, like every question that I'm asked starts with, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's a powerful place to be.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been on the soapbox many times saying women have to be this way, or men have to be this way, or life should be this way. You got to believe this. Like, I think I'm getting to that space of none of this really matters.
Yeah.
Now, when Nick Cannon say it, because he got, you know what I mean, a ridiculous amount of wealth and net worth, y'all are listen, chat. When Nick Cannon say it, y'all hear him. But me, when I say it, y'all think I'm crashing out. I'll be on here telling y'all. They keep saying, oh, you better get right. Jesus coming. Come on. The aliens coming. Come on. Come on. The aliens coming. Jesus coming. The Anunnaki coming. Come on. The ice wall melting. Let it melt. Come on. When it's outside your control, listen, when it's outside my control, I ain't doing no worrying about it. It's outside of the scope of my control. Y'all will say the serenity prayer, but won't live by it. Nobody, I don't know one person that's here that asked to be here. I don't know one person that's here that asked to be here. So I ain't even asked to be here. So all this emphasis and all this weight y'all putting on this and putting on that and putting on this and that, I don't feel the same emphasis on those things. I don't. But let's see where they take it.
Set for the present.
Yeah.
And I think even in the mindset of like stoicism and like Marcus Aurelius, it's like,
oh, come on.
Those concepts of what a conqueror or a warrior experiences once he's conquered and gone to war and come home.
Yeah.
He just wants peace.
And I agree. I think that's really good. And I also think that it's not that I have all the answers. I'm just okay with them changing. If in this season, I'm saying promiscuity is not the answer, and 10 years down the line, I'm like, you know what? Do you sleep with them all, sis?
Right.
If that be
Listen. She is amazing at the art of double talking, chat. You understand me?
Classic.
Because what she just said, what the hell do that even mean? What she just said, what the hell do that? And I'm intelligent. I don't need you guys to agree or none of that shit. I know what's going on. What the hell do that mean? It's not that I have all the answers. I'm just okay with them changing. What do that even mean?
Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Let's go back. I know. If I'm glitching, let me know, chat. You know, I'm only here for one reason, and that's to crack the code.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
I'm only here for one reason. So if I'm glitching, help me out. But I don't know what the hell that means. It's not that I have all the answers. I'm just okay with them changing. It's word salad with olive oil and red vinaigrette. It's word salad. Let's go back a little bit, chat. Because what the fuck is she talking about?
And I also think that it's not that I have all the answers. I'm just okay with them changing. If in this season, I'm saying promiscuity is not the answer, and 10 years down the line, I'm like, you know what? Do you sleep with them all, sis?
Right.
If that becomes my truth, that's my truth.
Right.
One thing about me is I speak my truth in the moment that I'm in it. And we as humans, you know, we know we're all walking contradictions at the end of the day. Some just refuse to acknowledge it. I know I'm a walking contradiction.
Yeah.
I know that there are parts of me that really just don't make any sense, but two things can be true at once, you know, and I'm okay with that. So I feel like for me, I hear everything you're saying.
Y'all think that, chat? Y'all think we all walk in contradictions? My chat too quiet, man. Listen, hit the like button and get active in the chat. Y'all way too damn quiet today. I'm just saying, chat. I don't know what this is. I don't know if I got to crash out for y'all to get right, but go ahead, get situated. Let's go.
Classic.
Let's go. All right. But this is what she's talking about. We're not all walking contradictions. We're not. If you want to compare past to present, you could try to make us look like contradictions, but we have to evolve through something. So yes, the way you thought 5 years ago may not necessarily be the same way you think right now with regards to certain things. Does that make you a hypocrite, or does that make you a person who has grown and evolved? I think there's a thin line there. And before you just say we're all walking contradictions, I'm going to have to just go ahead and disagree. First off, all doesn't apply to anything, but I wouldn't even say the majority of us are walking contradictions. I wouldn't say the majority. Well, wait. When it comes to certain subjects. Let me walk it back and correct myself. When it comes to certain things, the majority of the people, at least in this part of the world, are definitely walking contradictions. For sure. When it comes to certain things. But to say we all, I don't know. Some of us solid, baby. I'm just saying. But let's let her finish her wisdom.
And I speak with conviction because I live the life that I talk about in front of these cameras.
Yeah.
And I love that for me. Because there's a lot of people.
That's real talk.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that be in front of these cameras one way, and then they live in a whole different life.
But shouts out to them because like they trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but don't give advice on what you're the opposite of.
Why?
That's crazy to me.
Why?
It's called objectivity. If you're able to see things for what it is, it don't matter which path you chose, if you can still have an understanding of all the paths. If there's 6 different paths, you may have walked 3, but have an understanding of all 6. So because you're not walking on path E right now, or path, let's use numbers. If you're not walking on path 5 right now, does it mean you can't speak to path 5, even though you've been down it? Or because you've never been down path number 1, but you have people close to you, and so you empathize and sympathize with the things involved with going down path number 1. Can you not speak to that? Can you not give sound advice or offer at least some nugget of wisdom in regards to going down that path? I don't like that. I don't like you have to necessarily 100% be living this life to speak about certain things. Now, I will say this, depending on what you're talking about, it could not make sense. So like for the men who pander to women online successfully, right? Successfully. So they're making good money pandering to women online, but yet they've been doing it for years and remain unmarried. Those men are exposing themselves because your pandering begets you a certain type of attention from the woman. And from that attention that you've garnered yourself and the success that you've garnered yourself, surely you could pick a wife from all of these amazing women, because that's all your content is, right, brother? You get online and you talk about how men are the problem and men this and men that, and you say everything that a woman would want to hear you say. You have events. These men, they have events full of women, single. You know what I mean? But yet these men themselves have not taken up a wife. At that point, you could look and say, well, damn, you giving all this advice, and at the same time, it's like, ooh, like for me, for example, you'd be like, well, Classic, you say this and that, like you know about relationships or you know about women and you know this and that, but you're not married to woo. Yeah, but am I on here pandering? No, I tell y'all what's right and what's wrong, what's rare and what's the majority. I told y'all it's a needle in the haystack game. So you could try to say that, but it doesn't work in that situation. If I was pandering, if I was saying everything that women want to hear all day, and so now my DMs start filling up with dozens of female suitors, females just shooting a shot, or trying to see what's to it, just doing a little princess wave in my DMs. If my shit start hitting like that by dozen per day, surely if I was a pandering man and I see nothing but the good in women, I'd be able to pick a wife from that batch, surely. So yeah, in some regards it don't make sense, and in other regards you can still exercise your objectivity. The people that pander too much on either side are outside of the scope of reality, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's about, like I always tell y'all, my loyalty is to the truth. So whatever that is, today it might be, hey fellas, I ain't gonna lie, I can't defend us today. Ooh, and I gotta tell it how it is. Tomorrow it might be, ladies, explain yourself. You feel me? That's objectivity, being able to sit in the middle and just see it clear. Let's go.
That's crazy.
Everybody else does it.
Nah.
Everybody's living a facade.
Damn.
Cap. That's cap. That's cap. Oh, shout out to the chat. Let's get active. There we go. Cortez coming in with the 333. Let's get it. He said, you don't have to walk everybody's path to know the road may not be smooth. Understand me? You cooking. He said, facts. Yeah, that's just what it is. That's just what it is, man. But yeah, we're going to do just a little bit more of this, then we're going to move on. Let's go.
I ain't met somebody who wasn't.
I don't feel like I live a facade.
You do.
I don't. A facade?
Sarah, is that your hair?
No, I got extra. And I'm wearing makeup.
You got on makeup.
Yeah,
these are facades but as in society that we have stepped in. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's what I'm saying. I love all the facades.
No, I disagree with my whole heart. I think when you start something, you have to think about, okay, so let me give y'all an analogy. So when you start a season, you understand when the season ends and when it may potentially end, right? So if you start a season of football, depending on how good your team is, your season could end when the regular season ends, or it could end during some time frame inside the playoff window. But no matter what, the championship game is this date. So no matter what, even if we make it all the way to the end, the season ends here. That's a demarcation point, so to speak, right? We're closing this window. This season is over. The next time we come back, it'll be a new season, right? That's a demarcation point. When you start saying shit like everybody got a facade and it's okay, who sets the demarc on when that season ends? Who tells you where and when to stop with your facade? Let's look up the definition of facade. Here at the Classic Codes, we're gonna get it together, man. This ain't the channel for dummies. You know what I mean? We gonna get it together. Okay, a facade. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Is this right? The face of a building, especially the principal front that looks onto a street or open space. No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. Okay, a facade is a superficial or false appearance, often used to conceal something's true nature. It can refer to the front of a building or a deceptive outward appearance. Fake, on the other hand, means something is not real or genuine, but made to appear so. So while both terms involve a lack of authenticity, a facade is more about the presentation of a false front. You understand me? So a facade, first off, the definition is telling us that it's more about physical appearance than anything, but you can kind of take it into being disingenuous as well, right? So they keep talking about everything as a facade. I just don't see that as true. This is my hair, this is my skin. I have a skincare regimen. That's why my shit glow when the light hit it like that. You understand me? That ain't oil. That's just smooth. My shit really like that. My beard really this soft. I put a certain, you know what I'm saying? I got a regimen. This ain't no facade. This real. This just me. I don't get nothing arched. I ain't got nothing, you know what I mean? This shit don't wipe off or nothing. So you can't say everybody. Not everybody, champ. You know what I mean? But I will say that there's a large portion of people who aren't necessarily walking out the house every day presenting themselves as themselves. But when you say everybody and then you say it's okay, so where do people stop at? Where do people stop at? What stops somebody from going all the way left with it? Oh, they said I could make up and present and be however I want to be. Outside could turn into Halloween. Nobody can tell you where to stop. That's why I wasn't with it. That's why I wasn't with it when they was doing all the identity shit. Let me educate y'all on the language about the identities and the gender specifications and the nouns and the pronouns and all this. Let me educate y'all on that. Let me educate you on this. You don't need to educate me on nothing, fam. You're not going to educate me on nothing. You're asking me to literally drop simple logic and acquiesce to delusion. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. You asking me to participate in involuntary acting of a mental illness. I can see that this is Samantha. Been knowing Samantha since 2nd grade. It's Samantha. Somewhere along the lines, Samantha started thinking different for a multitude of reasons that we're not even going to talk about because we're going to keep this channel alive. Now, I've been knowing Samantha 20-something years, and all of a sudden, I'm supposed to call Samantha Sam like it's really a dude. No, fam. No, I'm not participating in that. So the whole concept of I think it's okay for everybody to put on a facade. That's how you get there. That's how you get there. Because I'm a grizzly bear. I'm a grizzly bear. I'm a grizzly bear. You better respect it. You better no. I know you can see me. I know you looking at me. I know I look like a human. I know I walk like a human. I talk like a human. I eat like a human. I know I look human, but I'm a grizzly bear. I'm telling you, I'm a grizzly bear. See what I'm saying? You can't tell people where to stop when you start that dumb shit. So I'm not with that. I'm not with what Nick talking about. You know what I'm saying? We know he must vote Democrat. He said, I do not agree with Nick. He said that's where the term came from. It started being used in the space of fronting. Yeah. We just did a little digging on it, did a little history on the word real quick. But we almost done with them. Let's go.
Look gorgeous sitting here.
I like the facade.
But and it makes you feel good.
But I'm saying the facade of my spirit and my character.
Well, see, that's
that
what
I don't facade.
Come on, man. Double talking. Look at Nick. Because he know it's double talk. Double talking. Double talking is happening here. She is the queen. She has made a lot of money double talking. Yes, I got a full face of makeup. Yes, I have a weave. Yes, these somebody else's eyelashes. Yes, these are added on fingernail tips. Yes, most of this shit here that you looking at is like some sort of an alteration of how I really am the way God made me. Yes, that's all a facade. But I don't facade my spirit and my. Come on, man. You got to sell the bullshit to somebody that's buying. You could put that on clearance. We ain't buying that. You can put that at TJ Maxx. We ain't buying that. No disrespect to TJ Maxx. We gonna stop in there and see what they got until we go.
Classic.
Come on, man. 333. Let's go. Shout out to April. What's going on? Chat 333 in the building.
Classic.
Yes, Lord. Okay. You on the move inside, throw me on the Bluetooth. We ready to go one on nobody. You already know I'm gonna hold it down. But my final thoughts on this, nothing means anything. Fundamentally, when they were talking about that part, I get with that. You know what I mean? I really do. People spend so much time figuring out the purpose of life and the purpose of all existence and why we are here and who put us here and who truly is God and what it really looks like. And everybody feel like they know and this, that, and the third. People spend all that time worrying about all this other shit from the past, the future, who finna come out the sky, all this stuff. And they don't spend no time being present. They don't spend any time being present. Do you realize, fundamentally speaking, the only thing that matters is literally right now? At all times. When you gain an understanding of that, you will stop tweaking. You will stop tweaking. The only thing that matters is right now. If you take right now for granted, then you plan like you feel like tomorrow was promised. You moving like tomorrow was promised to you. If you take right now for granted. And if you always thinking about yesterday, that's trauma. You got a stuck point. That's trauma. The only thing matter is the moment. Because it can end abruptly. You know what I mean? So that's it on the reaction. We're gonna move into the question of the day. But yeah, it's just what it is, man. Shout out to Sarah Fontenot. Y'all go tap in with the It's Given podcast.
Classic.
All right, we're moving into the question of the day, and then we got our TikTok reaction. Question of the day. Chat 333. Drop the threes. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for me. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for me. We're going to take the Classic Code Sports stream down.